Good day everyone. Today I will be doing plotting of coordinates. One of the main things that learners struggle with when they come and do functions in grade 10 is because they struggle with plotting of coordinates and understanding how to plot these coordinates. When I work with the Cartesian plane, I must understand that I will work with ordered number pairs, and these ordered number pairs are always an x value with a corresponding y value. My x value is always listed first, followed by my y value, separated by a semicolon. So, if I need to track any coordinate on the Cartesian plane, I will first search on the x-axis for the x value. Then I will either go, if it's a positive y value, I will proceed up. If it's a negative y value, I will go to the bottom. Positive x values to the right, negative x values is to the left. So, I look at coordinate A that was plotted. A's coordinates was 2 and 1. So, on the x-axis, I firstly go to 2. Draw my line, invisible line please. Then I go to my y-axis and I go to 1. And where the 2 meet, that is where I will plot my value. Now that A is plotted, I list A's coordinates is 2 and 1. Very important. It is also A, open my bracket, 2, semicolon, 1, close my bracket. This is known as the coordinates of A. And 2 and 1 is an ordered number pair. So now that I have my first ordered number pair, let's look at other ordered number pairs as well. Let's look at C, which is 0 and 1. I go on my x-axis to 0, and on my y-axis I proceed to 1, and where the 2 meet, that is where I will plot 0 and 1. If I look at my coordinates of D, I go to 3 on the x-axis and I go to negative 1 on the y-axis, and where the two of them intersect, that is where I will plot D. When I look at K, negative 5, and I proceed to negative 2, and where the 2 meet, that is where I will then plot K. I write K, I open my bracket, and I say minus 5, separate them by a semicolon, and I list negative 2, and I close my bracket. You will also notice that all the other coordinates are plotted in the same way. If I look at F, for example, I go to positive 1, there's no moving up or down on the y-axis, it's at 0. So that coordinate will be on the x-axis. So that will be 1 and 0. You can look at all the other coordinates that were plotted. Please try and plot for yourself now the following coordinates. The coordinates of B, which is at 8 and negative 7, H, which is at negative 1 and 1, I, which is at negative 3 and 3, J, which is at negative 3 and 4, and L, that is at negative 1 and 2. I would like to stress and reiterate the following. First, search for your x value on your x-axis, then search for your corresponding y value on the y-axis, and where the two of them meet, that's where I'll plot the dot. I don't want to continue to draw lines, because then some learners think that the lines must be there all the time. Okay, so let's look at when we get a table. When information is populated in a table, it's important that I understand that I still have ordered number pairs. I still have an x with a corresponding y value. Minus 3, the corresponding y value is minus 3. I've got an x value which is minus 2, and minus 2's corresponding y value will be 0. So let's plot a few of these x and y values and see what we come up with. So the first ordered number pair is minus 3 and minus 3. So I go on my x-axis to minus 3, And I continue to my y coordinate, which is then -3 as well. So where the two meet, that is where I will plot my value that I need to plot. That is where -3 and -3 lies on the Cartesian plane. When I look at the next one, -2 and 0, so I go on my x-axis to -2. There's no elevation or descent of y, so I plot it on the x-axis. My next coordinate is at -1 and I've got +3. Already here I can see that these three coordinates are in line with one another. I look at the next one, 0 and 6, and I will see that these coordinates will even form a straight line if I had to connect them. So I can say there's a linear relationship between the x and the y coordinates. You will notice that I did not draw the line, but just to show you that it will form a linear relationship. Right, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, tell your friends. If you loved it, tell everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.